Welcome back to another deck profile, and I don't know why, maybe it was the anime or something, but I always took an interest into Raidraptors, so I've been learning how to play them because I don't know nothing about them. I didn't know nothing about them before, and I came up with a way after playtesting and playtesting and playtesting. I went to locals today, finished the deck, entered the tournament, and got first place surprisingly, and kept OTKing going second, and they were just wide open, and they was like, "All right, show me what you got." That deck doesn't OTK, and I was like, it OTKs in a different way than what is normally played. And if you're new to my channel, you know normally I summon the boss card, the boss monster, along in a combination with Dragoon. So my combos end with Dragoon on the field and the boss monster, and I figured out a way how to do that with just two cards. And I'll show you two different combos. One ends with Raidraptor Ultimate Falcon on the field with Dragoon, and the other ends with Arc Rebellion Dragon and Dragoon. I guess that's my playstyle, you can say, because all my things I summon what Pallades with Dragoon, Stardust Assault Mode with Dragoon. I guess this is Raidraptors with Dragoon. So I figured out how to play it my way that I'm comfortable with, and it's my playstyle. And this is not the average playstyle that everybody else does with swarming the field and bringing out a whole bunch of exceeds. And it does have an OTK, like I said, so let's jump into that, and I'll do the two card combo OTK that I was doing all day today. And I play 3 Raidraptors. Raidraptors. Tribute Lanius is a 1-card starter. Mimicry Lanius. This card goes into this card, which sorts out Raidraptor Strangle Lanius. So basically summon, activate effect, send to graveyard, graveyard effect, banish, search out, and then he special summons since you have a dark on field to go into the combo. 3 Vanishing Lanius. It gives you an extra summon or special summon. And if you have 2, you could just keep going from there. But the main card that I like is Tribute. We also run 3 Raiders Wing. Is good for extending. 3 Summoner's Monk. You could also, with 1 spell, end the board with 1 spell and Summoner's Monk, end the board with Arc Rebellion Dragon and Dragoon on field. I guess I'm going to be using Dragoon until it gets banned, or even if it's at 1, I'm fine with that. And of course, 1 Dark Magician and 1 Red Eyes for the Dragoon package. Very simple. And once you get the hang of it, it's very basic and annoying. For them. For the spells, 1 Red Eyes Fusion, 1 Harpy's Feather Duster. To end the board in Raidraptor Ultimate Falcon, you would need Tribute Lanius and rank up Magic Astral Force. It lets you rank up to 2 ranks higher. And like I said, I'll showcase the combo. 1 Foolish Burial. You can send Mimicry to the graveyard, and then, you know, banish and search out whatever you need. 1 Monster Reborn. I love playing XYZ Import. You can just end the board, and if they have a 1-card starter and they need that card on the field, you're not negating it. It become a XYZ material for whatever XYZ you have on the field. So that's the main focus of this deck. I just like bringing out Dragoon Extra. Super Poly to break boards, and if they have a Dragoon of their own, you just get rid of it. 3 Twin Twisters. I like using this by sending Mimicry to the graveyard to activate Twin Twister. That way you pop 2 and then you're getting use out of the card you sent to the graveyard, the Mimicry, to search out whatever you need instead of going negative or breaking even. I hate back row. And also for back row, red reboot. Pay half your life points, negate their trap, and unless they have another counter trap, they can't activate traps for the end of the until the end of the turn. And they're allowed to summon one more, play one more trap, face down from their deck. But with the OTK, like the game's ending there. And 3 Solemn Judgments, very basic, very simple. Getting rid of back row. You got Harpy's Feather Dust to get rid of back row. Reset their back row so you can OTK if they're playing nothing but traps and no monsters. And I just love stunning their monsters, and they be ending their turn. And if you play this while you have Raidraptor Ultimate Falcon, they become material for Raidraptor Ultimate Falcon. And then since they have no monsters on your turn, or in between turns, they'll be taking burn damage from Raidraptor Ultimate Falcon. The extra deck is obviously 1 Raidraptor Ultimate Falcon, 1 Raidraptor Arsenal Falcon, Raidraptor Stranger Falcon, or whatever that's called. I like running 2 Raiders Knight. Raiders Knight will allow you to go into Strange, which will allow you to go into, with the spell card, Arsenal. And then when Arsenal sent to the graveyard in any way, you get to bring out Ultimate Falcon. But also Raiders Knight also freely gets you out Arc Rebellion Dragon, and you could get juiced up by everything on the field. Also, it can be destroyed by card effects. So I just like cards that can be either targeted or destroyed by card effects, so your monsters are staying there. They'll have to get over it or banish them or send them to the graveyard. But Raidraptor Ultimate Falcon isn't affected by anything. They tried playing Droplet on me, and it didn't do nothing to Ultimate Falcon because he's not affected by any other card. The 1 Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon, you can extend, like, you can go into a whole bunch more combos, but I'm going to just show you the 2 card combos. For one's an OTK and the other one's just ending in power. And the same spell will get you Dark Rebellion Dragon into Dark Requiem XYZ Dragon. You got the 1 Predaplant for the combo. Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. Starving Venom, Super Poly Target. Predaplant, Super Poly Target. Like, you could change these for whatever decks you're playing against, or whatever's being played the most. I like playing this, so if they have a fusion and it's not a dark type, I could just summon one of my darks and just fuse with it from there. And Mutt Dragon, just in case they play 2 of the same attributes but different names. I think that's how you bring this out. Yeah, 2 monsters with the same attributes but different names. So if their deck is the same attribute based, you could just bring this out, and then you could this turns into a dark level 4. So that's why I love this card too. It works with the deck. You could super party their monsters away, and you got a free level 4, his own effect, turn him into a dark type. You summon another dark type, you could go into Dark Rebellion Dragon or Raiders Knight, going into Arc or whatever the hell you want to do. So this won't be a long video. Let me show you case the combo to end your board with Dragoon, and yeah, the boss monster in Dragoon. So you need just Tribulanius and the spell, and that's it. This is all you need to end your board in a way where it's super annoying. And most of the wins I got today, they had nothing, or they had a trap, set a whole bunch of traps, and I red reboot them, and I went for the OTK. Or a few players, I don't know why, they just had, I guess, a bad hand, no interruptions, and or I made them go first, so I could go second, and their deck went second, so they couldn't special summon anything, and I just went for game for there, and I got lucky and drew these cards. So when you normal summon Tribulanius, you activate effect to send Mimicry to the graveyard. Then you activate Mimicry's effect to banish. Search out Strangulanius. Since you have a dark type, you can special summon. Then you overlay for Raider's Knight. You use Raider Knight's effect. Detach a material. He can go one rank higher. So you go into Stranger Falcon. Then you play rank up Magic Astral Force, which allows you to overlay up to 2 ranks higher, which allows you to go into Raidraptor Arsenal Falcon. Now, since Raidraptor Arsenal Falcon has a Raidraptor as a material, he can special summon a monster from your deck. So you're going to detach, send to grave, and special summon anything. It doesn't matter what it is. I'm just grabbing, and they do get their effect. So if you want it, you can extend. And I did this once. It was funny because I brought out Strangulanius, and then you use his one-time effect to special summon him, which it should be one time. If you control a dark type, you can special summon this card from hand. Also cannot special summon monsters from the rest of the turn except dark, which is perfectly fine because Vertex are dark and Dragoons are dark, so you don't have to worry about anything. If you control the XYZ material with a dark XYZ monster as material, which you do, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower Raidraptor monster from your graveyard to the field, but its effect is negated. You can only use each of its effects once per turn. So you use before his effect to special summon. This one, you're going to use his effect to bring back from the graveyard. And it was so funny when I did this, because at this point, you link these two away for Verte Anaconda. Then Arsenal Falcon's effect kicks in when this card is sent from the field to the graveyard. I'm trying to find the text. Yeah, if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard while it has a Raidraptor monster as material, which it did, as you saw, you can special summon any Raidraptor monster from your extra deck except Arsenal Falcon. And if you do, attach this as material. So that's when you bring out Raidraptor Ultimate Falcon and attach it as material, giving him his effect to burn, or on the if they have monsters, it lowers their attack by 1,000. Then you use Verte's effect, pay 2,000, send the materials to the graveyard, and bring out Dragoon. So like I said, I guess I specifically love bringing out the boss monster with Dragoon combos. And as you saw, this is a 2-card combo. And even going first end turn, they take 1,000 damage because they have no monster on the field. And if they have a monster on the field, they lose 1,000 attack points. Now you can detach and make them lose an additional 1,000 attack points on your turn, but while this is attached, they burn. So even without this, if you use this to link instead of bring back a monster, and you went second, that's 35 plus the 5, that's 4, plus the 3 is 7. That's 7,000 altogether right here that they'll take from direct damage, and then I end my turn, and they take 1,000 damage from Raidraptor Ultimate Falcon special ability, which is game. That's 8,000 damage right there. So even without this, but I had did this on somebody going first, and then they negated Dragoon, and they got rid of Dragoon, thinking he was the problem by summoning a beefy monster and negating his effect. And then they end their turn, and since he was still on the field, I used his effect to bring back a dark monster, since he still has a material. And then I ranked up. Wrong cards. I went into my second Raiders Knight, and then I activated his effect. This time going into Arc Rebellion Dragon. Then I activate Arc Rebellion Dragon's effect. He get powered up by everything, and they had a big monster on the field, and I got juiced up, and he's unaffected by the negating part, because he detaches, gains the attack of all monsters' original attack on the field, and then negates their effects. But he's unaffected by the negating effect part. So he gained all their attack, and he had nothing, and I just attacked his monster, and I gained so much attack accumulated from all the monsters on the board, and I just OTK'd him. It's another duel. I had Dragoon on field. I went first. I ended with the combo. And I had set XYZ import. He played a spell. I negated it with Dragoon. Then he summoned a monster, and that monster, I guess, was his 1-card starter, and he needed it on field. And I just played XYZ import. Targeting, even though he's unaffected, I can still target him. And then I target their monster. Their monster becomes material for Ultimate Falcon. And since they had no monster, they already took 1,000 damage from me summoning him first turn. They summoned the monster. I equipped it as material. I drew, and I just went for game there. Oh, the other combo is, let's say this is the spell card. All you would need is love. Nah. It's basically almost the same thing, but you're starting off with Summoner's Monk. And let's say it's just a 2-card starter. You have an extra one. Normal summon goes to defense. Activate effect, send to graveyard. I'll put graveyard, sorry, wait like that. And you're basically going into the same thing. You're going into Tribulanius. Activate effect. Sending to graveyard. Graveyard effect. Banish. Bring to hand. But you're going to hold it in hand. Then you're going to overlay for your Raiders Knight. Activate Raiders Knight's effect. Going into Arc Rebellion Dragon. I like going into this if I don't have the rank up spell. And then since this is a hand, you can special summon it. And his secondary effect, since you have an XYZ monster with a Arc XYZ monster as material, you can special summon from the graveyard. So that's why we sent the Raidraptor to the graveyard, so he could bring back the Raidraptor. And then you link these away. Going into the same thing. Verte. Activate Verte's effect. Going into Dragoon. And at this point, if you wanted to, you could just activate effect. Alright, send this to graveyard because it will negate Dragoon's effect permanently. So activate that effect. He no longer has a dark XYZ as a material, so he won't negate, but he'll gain their attacks. So now he's 65, and you pass turn. Cannot be destroyed by card effect. He's 65 plus he's 3,000, they have to pick and choose which one they want to get rid of if they can, or you can just negate. And let's say you negated their monster and they have no other play, you draw, just activate his effect again, just for going for more power. And he goes from 65 to 10,000 and just attack for game. And if they summon the monster in defense mode, burn, and then he gains their attack, and he's the only one that can attack, so you get the monsters out of the way while burning and just attacking for game. So those are the 2-card combos that I've been playing with, and that's the play style I've been doing it with. It seems much more simple, basic, but in Yu-Gi-Oh! You got to keep it simple, remember the basics, and just annoy the hell out of them, and that's about it. So I managed to come in first place with a deck I just learned, but I've been playtesting with non-stop online to figure out how to use it in my playstyle. And as you saw, I just love this card. And I was watching the anime, that's what made me want to play Raidraptors. I was trying to figure out a dark deck, and Raidraptors was just calling me. And I figured out a way to bring out Ultimate Falcon with Dragoon. This card is just broken. And if you play XYZ import, it's just going to be more annoying. You got back row removal. You don't have to worry about back row. You have red reboot to negate them. You got the solemn judgments just in case. The twin twisters. And you're just powerhousing. That's all you're doing. So even if they have a monster way stronger than yours, you can just go into Arc Rebelling Dragon and powerhouse them. So that's it. That's my Raidraptor build and my 2-card combo. Let me know what you think.